Well, hello, wonderful students of Serrano High School. It's your favorite choir teacher here, Mr. Dolan, and today I'm going to talk to you about posture and releasing tension. Now, in my mind, posture and this notion of releasing tension is the most important thing involved in singing. And one might ask why. So I'm going to start with a story. As we know, I got my degree in choral music education at Cal State Fullerton. And while I was in my second year at Cal State Fullerton, I experienced some vocal trouble. I often found myself getting really tired or vocally fatigued in only about half an hour singing, which was rough. My professor at the time, Professor Prunty, gave me a series of exercises to release tension in the jaw and in the tongue. And friends, that cleared up my trouble instantly. The next thing that I want to say about posture is it's the most harped upon technique that I teach. In other words, those that have been in the classroom with me in person always see me either go like this, or I'll say out loud, adjust posture. Now, friends, I'm not doing that because I am some diabolical person that just likes to see people in good posture. There are some definite reasons why we want to focus on posture while singing. So, going back to the fundamental question, why do we start with posture? Number one, we have to avoid tension. Tension is the main enemy of singing. In other words, when we pick up something that's really heavy, we make this sound. And that is the opposite of what we want to create while we sing. Rather than being tense, we want to have our body in a state of what we like to call in the music business, tonus. Now, tonus suggests that the body is neither relaxed nor hypertensed, somewhat in the middle. In other words, to be in tonus, your body is engaged. The next thing that I want to say is that the entire body is involved in singing. It's a common misconception that it only has to do with your mouth or your tongue or your breath or your lungs. Your entire body, from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, are involved. Now, let's talk about some techniques that will help you sing with better posture. First, our feet should be shoulder width apart, about 12 inches. I like to put my two fists together and then put them in between my feet, and that's how I know that my feet are shoulder width apart. Next, our legs should be firmly planted. In other words, the balls of our feet and our heels should be on the ground. We should not pop our heel in any way. Next, knees slightly bent. This is to avoid passing out while we sing. Next, rib cage high. Next, shoulders released. We want a broad feeling across the chest. Next, elbows slightly raised. We don't want them too raised, but at the same time, we want them slightly raised. That way we have enough space in our lungs to breathe adequately. Next, level neck. We don't want the neck jutted out. We don't want the neck tilted back. We want it nice and aligned. Next, our mouth, jaw, lips, and tongue should be free. Specifically, when we think about the jaw, we should think about our jaw hinging back as opposed to dropping directly down. But with all of this said, the most important thing is to remain in tonus. If you're anything like me, you will oftentimes want to freeze in that correct stance, kind of checking off those pieces of technique as if it were a checkbox. The idea is that you want to get into that space, but remain in tonus. Some other worthwhile things to mention is that some people, when they're thinking about posture, think about a noble posture or a Superman pose. Additionally, when you strike this pose or you maintain a tonus posture, you are engaging your diaphragm appropriately. Lastly, in my experience, the single most way to combat tension is just by adding a gentle sway to the posture. It is often said that one cannot maintain tension and sway at the same time. So, your action question is to think about in your body where you feel tension while you sing. Oftentimes for me, it was in my abdomen, sometimes it was in my jaw, in my tongue. If you feel that, explore for yourself how to release that posture. I encourage you to add that gentle sway when necessary. Otherwise, I look forward to hearing and seeing your improvement. Thank you.